I think the secondment appealed to me from two different perspectives. Firstly, from a professional perspective, in the sense that out of all the secondments, I could see it having the benefits of both an international secondment and a client secondment, in the sense that I would get to practice law abroad, but not only at a Linklater's office abroad, but at a different law firm altogether with different processes and systems. And I saw that as really challenging. And I think from a personal perspective, I've never been to Australia before, and that was something to tick off my bucket list.
I think that what's great is that it's the opportunity to experience something new in a different environment, but you're still kind of keeping it in the family, so to speak, and the connection's still there. The big thing is that it's the opportunity to go overseas and do something new, but also stay connected to Allens. So figuring out what it means to get an icon to go to prayers and why I have somehow ended up on a sinners list. And I think that is a good example though of just the day-to-day. I think the biggest challenge has just been part of the day-to-day, so figuring out the lay of the land and how things work. Small things like just different document management system, different IT system, we bill differently here, and also the fact that we have different resources available, so learning about things like DPU and examiners and seeing what we have available and also learning how to use them. So I think overall it's just been figuring out how the nitty-gritty works around Linklaters.
I think the biggest challenge for me was arriving here without any previous contacts, either personal or professional. I think when you start a training contract at Linklaters, a lot of people have family already in the UK, they have friends, and they also have contacts within the firm from previous work experience. And obviously they will have done at least 6 months of a law practice course with the whole cohort of trainees. And so it was quite daunting arriving here without any other contacts. But on the flip side, it was also one of the most rewarding things for me was to make all those contacts and to really feel like I fit in. And so I'll be going home with all these great new people I've met. I think what struck me the most were the similarities between the two firms. I think I found the transition between Linklaters and Allens for me to be quite seamless, and the reason for that is because the culture between the firms is so similar. And by that I mean that people share similar values, they're open-minded, they have a similar work ethic and commitment, and I think that's what made it so easy to fit in. In terms of the differences, I think what struck me is the responsibility given to juniors here, perhaps because sometimes the deals are slightly smaller and the teams are smaller, and I think that's really rewarding for a junior.
Manage the staff quite differently at Allens and here, and just because of the sheer volume that we have, teams are much larger, so it's been very interesting to learn how to work with more people, particularly at the same level at the same time, and also just have bigger teams, more moving pieces. It's something that I didn't have as much exposure to at Allens. It's a point that gets talked about all the time between Allens and Linklaters, but it's the people that are very similar. I found it, much the same settling into Allens and settling in here. The people are fantastic, interesting, great, and yeah, that's been a huge, wonderful similarity. Absolutely. I have loved my time on secondment so far. It's been everything that I wanted it to be in terms of, having that new experience and learning about the firm here and settling into London. And it's kind of, been everything I wanted and more. So I would absolutely recommend a secondment.
Absolutely. Hands down, I think whether it's an international secondment or a client secondment, it's an absolutely fantastic learning experience. And I think when you're doing your training contract, you should be seeking out as many opportunities as possible to learn and to put yourself in different environments. And so I think from my perspective, I feel like I'm more ready now to tackle life as an associate. And if you get the opportunity to do a secondment, I would say definitely take it.